Single Queen. This is Desmond Booker. I am a Christian dating and relationship coach helping single queens who are seeing success in their lives but not seeing success that they desire to see in their love lives. All right. Hey, queens. Hopefully you're doing great today. Jumped on here. I'm just excited about what's happening. We're in almost six months. Now we're getting ready to go into 5 months into this year. Is it possible for you to be in a relationship? Absolutely. Is it possible for you to start dating with success? Absolutely. But it's all dependent upon you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. We're on Instagram. We are YouTube, my YouTube family, Instagram family, Facebook, Facebook Queens Don't Settle group. We see you as well. And we thank you for liking this page and also subscribing to this page as well. Any topics that you have, you can comment below and share with me your something that you're wanting me to discuss. Any questions that you have, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you, and you can ask your questions below, or you can even DM me. And thank you again. Today, I want to ask you a real quick question as we are live today. And again, thank you for joining me. Are you willing to risk being in a relationship? Are you willing to take a risk? I desire to be in a relationship, but are you willing to take a risk? Yesterday, if you didn't see, I posted this yesterday, a little short video about taking risk. And so let's talk about this. And I have to be honest with you, so many queens that I've come in contact with have really said, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't. But really, honestly, that's not the way that we're designed to live our lives. If we're desiring to be in a relationship, if we're desiring to drive a car, if we're desire to have, to be living in a home, then that is our desire. And we should be able to accomplish that, do some things to see that come into our lives, right? The same thing it is with our relationships. If you're wanting to be married, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to be married or desire. And it doesn't matter if nothing is happening right now. It doesn't matter if you're not attracting the right people. It doesn't matter if you're not attracting anyone. You can still be married if that is your desire, okay? But in order for you to go from single to married, you have to go from single to successfully dating to that healthy relationship, to that loving and committed marriage, right? So you're gonna have to take some risk, okay? And so, but if you have been taking risk, and I'm glad that you guys are joining me, if you're willing to take the risk, that's what begins to happen. Then you're gonna begin to have to open yourself up, right? You're gonna have to become vulnerable. You're gonna have to perhaps do some things that you've never done before. Well, that's a good thing, because if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to continue to receive what you've always received, right? I want things to change in my life. Well, you're going to have to do things that are changing, okay? So that in itself, you taking a risk, you willing to take a risk may be the change that you're needing. Because why? Because again, I've been trying everything, or I have done everything that I quote unquote know that I should be doing, but I'm still single. Okay, let's talk about this risk factor. Many times, would I need to take a risk? You know why? Because maybe you've been hurt before. And so for you to open yourself up and possibly be hurt again, it's a risk, right? It's a risk. You may have been married, and your husband may have passed away. This next husband may not be here long, right? He may pass away. It's a risk, right? The last person that you were so connected to cheated on you. So all of it's a risk, right? All of it's a risk. But the question is, are you willing to take the risk? Now, here it is. Not only are we talking about taking a risk and the willing to take a risk, right? But also, are you willing to go ahead and take a calculated risk? A calculated risk. And so it's something for you to take a risk and just put yourself out there. But no, we're going to take a calculated risk, which diminishes the chances and the probability of something bad or something that you're not wanting to happen. For example, you're dating, right? And you're wanting to meet the right men. Well, if you meet the right men and you get to know them and you go through this process of what I'm sharing and what I'm teaching you, you diminish the risk. Why? Because you're seeing the red flags, or you're seeing something not right about him, or something not right about that, and you're listening, right? And you're diminishing the risk. Because why? Because you're following the process to get to the person who, quote unquote, most likely will not hurt you. Okay? So not only are you taking a risk, but we want to also take calculated risk. We want to diminish the chances. Okay? So this is where I'm saying this tonight, is that are you willing to take a risk? Are you ready to be in that relationship? Right? If it happens, it happens. I'm not talking to you guys tonight. I'm not talking to you. No, this is for the one that says, you know what, 2025 is going to be my year. 2026, I'm looking forward to this. This is my season for me to go from single to successfully dating. I'm somebody's wife, and they're out there, right? And I'm willing to take a risk. Okay. Now, when we take risk, how can we diminish the chances of being hurt? How can we diminish? We can diminish the risk by, number one, being the right person, right? Because if you're the right person, the chances are greater for you to attract the right person to you. Okay? So you become a magnet to great things happening to you, great relationships, great people coming into your lives. I want you to really think about that. And you know what? In fact, say that. I'm a great magnet for great things to happen to me. That's right. Great things are attracted to me. Great things happen in my life. Okay? So I want you to begin to understand that you are going to begin to become that great person that's going to attract a great person into your life. Okay? Number two is that you're going to have to what? If you're going to take these calculated risk, and you're going to diminish the chances of and the probability of you being hurt, or this risk not being a huge risk, but it's calculated and diminished in it, you're going to have to what? You're going to have to be healed. You're going to have to be healed. Because if you're not healed, you're going to have some fears. You're going to have some issues. You're going to not be vulnerable. You're not going to feel valuable. You're going to have certain things happen. Because why? Because you're not willing to take, you're not willing to take the risk because you're hurt. And that makes sense. So if you're the right person and you're healed, you're diminishing risk already. Because why? Because the right person is going to come into your life. So if you're vulnerable and sharing with somebody and they're not vulnerable or sharing with you, why would you continue that? You just simply slip back and say, okay, they're not sharing. I'm not going to share as much. This might not be the person for me. Do you see this? So this means that what? My risk has just gone down. Okay? I'm what also increases the risk, that you're praying. I'm praying for the right person to come into my life. I'm praying that God would cause me to be the right person, right? I'm praying that God would order my steps. This diminishes risk. Okay, and that's what I was basically sharing with you from that little clip yesterday about if you're not taking risks, you're not moving by faith, because risk is going to cause you to move. You're going to have to move, and you can't move unless you're moving by faith. That's why I said prayer is going to diminish prayer, because I'm praying and I feel God leading me in this direction, God leading me to do these things. And as I'm doing these things, it's going to lead to my husband, and it's going to lead my husband to me. Do you see this? Calculated risk, I'm diminishing it because I'm praying. I'm not even worrying about it. I already know that it's already done. My prayer has been already answered, and God is working on me, and he's bringing that right person into my life. Do you see how this works? And so no longer am I operating and paralyzed because I'm afraid the wrong person, or afraid of being hurt, or afraid of this, or afraid of that. No, I'm moving by faith and not by fear. Do you see this? And so I just diminish even more so I'm willing to take a calculated risk and move into a relationship Because why? Because I've been praying and I feel led. Many of you are on here watching me because you have been praying. This is another step that has and another sign to you that God heard you and He's ready for you to be married, to answer your prayers. Do you see this? Okay, but you got to take it. So I'm praying for God to send somebody. I'm praying for God to get me ready, but then I'm not willing to take a risk. That doesn't add up. Because if you're going to take a risk, you're going to need faith. Oh, this is good, isn't it? So number one, what? I become the right person. I become the right person. Number two, I make sure that I'm healed. Okay, so becoming the right person and healed can go together, because I've got to get some healing going on. I've got to make sure that that whatever issues, whatever things that are causing me to fear, whatever I'm working those things out. Okay, and then number three is that I've prayed about it and I feel God ordering my steps, and I'm not moving by fear or paralyzed by fear, but I'm moving by faith, because there's some things that God wants me to do in order for Him to do what He's going to do, right? God's going to do His part, but I have to do my part, okay? And that diminishes my fear. So are you ready to take a risk, okay? So number four, if you're really ready to take a risk, you have to really begin to say, how much do you desire to be in a relationship? I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have a strong desire, you're not going to take a risk. You're absolutely not. If you don't have a strong desire to be in a relationship, to be married, why? Because there's so many things out there making so much noise. You're going to get hurt. You might well be single. You're going to take these. You're going to take this. These chances. And where did that lead you to? I mean, so many voices, so much advice. It would cause you. But if you have a strong desire, your desire is going to override whatever is trying to stop you. It's going to override that and push you through that and say, I got to take a risk. I've got to take this risk because I believe. Okay? So write this down. No risk, no reward. No risk, no relationship. Right? So I have to take a risk. And so if your desire is strong, then you're going to be willing to take a risk. Why? Because I just truly believe that it's meant for me. I truly want and desire. How many times have you been hurt? Oh, too many times. Too many times. I don't want to name how many times. How many times you've been ghosted? I don't want to talk about that, right? All I want to talk about now is what? Is taking this risk that's going to move me to a relationship that I'm truly wanting to be in. All right? This has been good. I think I'm going to cut it right there. But are you willing to take a risk? Are you willing to take a risk? Let's diminish. Let's take calculated risk. Let's go ahead and move by faith and not by fear, right? Let's go ahead and move knowing that these steps that I'm taking are going to lead to the right person, and these steps that I'm taking are not going to lead me to the wrong person. I'm diminishing. I can see myself in a relationship. I can see myself married to somebody who's going to be good for me, and I'm going to be good for them. Let's talk about that, right? Let's take that calculated risk. All right. So thank you for joining me tonight. Are you willing to take that risk? Go ahead and take that risk. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you like this. Go ahead and share this. Thank you for commenting below on my videos. It helps me reach more single queens, more even single kings that are desiring to be in a relationship. And then we thank you for IG, my IG family. We thank you, my Facebook, Queens Don't Settle. We thank you for joining us as well. Remember, queens don't settle. Take a risk and watch the reward come to you. Take a risk and watch you be in that great relationship. Queens don't settle.